Good race cars will start showing up right now. The good chassis people will come to the top.
Halfway. Next time by, in the Pantry 300, there's a 100-lap late model stock car race that will follow. For the folks here at Hickory, we'll be going to Topeka, Kansas for live ASA racing on TNN. And CRAVEN now right behind Chad Little in the Bayer Select Ford.
Yeah,
Harris Teeter car, rather.
He's got his mirror full of Speedway there on the bottom side. Speedway's raced hard all day, but he has been in 2 wrecks already. He needs to give way just a little bit and let these guys go at it.
Here's your Stanley mid-race recap, brought to you by Stanley Works in New Britain, Connecticut, making tools, hardware, and specialty hardware for over 150 years. 3 leaders, only 2 lead changes. Average speed off the record pace at 62 miles an hour. There are presently 13 cars on the lead lap. We've had 6 cautions for 29 laps.
See Ricky CRAVEN get passed over by Speedway there. CRAVEN come out of the corner really wide and got up in the outside wall. Now he's trying to make a move. Look at him. He's going right on by Mike Wallace.
And right behind them, CRAVEN gets turned around.
Yeah.
He gets turned around and had a bit of help. Look at him spin and go. And miss getting overlapped by Setzer. We're going to stay green.
As I said earlier, if I could do that, I'd still be driving.
Ricky CRAVEN, if that wasn't the move of the day, buddy. Larry Pearson got into CRAVEN going into the corner. CRAVEN spun completely around, grabbed a gear, and went. Let's show you this again. We're still under green now.
Well, he just got in there really hard. It didn't look like there was any contact from behind. I didn't see it.
Oh, yes, there was.
Well,
I'm
okay,
sorry, buddy. But there, I was watching him as the camera was on the 2 cars ahead. There was contact. But CRAVEN just grabbed the gear and got going. Now he's got to work to stay on the lead lap because here comes Setzer.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to hold Setzer back. Setzer's already made a move to the outside to take the lead, so he's really hooked up. And also, he heated the tires up, Ricky CRAVEN did when he spun there. He's really on a set. That's like going bubble gum right now as far as the tires are concerned.
And CRAVEN goes a lap down. There's Setzer, having overlapped Ricky CRAVEN, the number 3-point man. Now, here is Johnny Benson. He's battling Mike Skinner. This is for 3rd place.
Well, Mike Skinner's got problems with the motor. I think Benson should just motor right on by. But, you know, on a real slick racetrack, a lot of times, if you're not up to real power, they'll beat you down the straightaway, but you'll run better in the corner because you can't spin the rear wheels.
That's what Skinner's doing, getting off the corner well. He's not going to move over for these guys and give it up. He's going to surrender 3rd to Benson here, but still have a pretty fair run. As we were watching that, Chad Little made a pass and got past David Green, the pole sitter.
Yeah, that's too bad. Skinner's run a super race all day. You see the 99 of Presley, though. He's just got enough car to get around the racetrack in. The rest of it's pretty well dragging behind it.
Well, it's a lot lighter than when it started.
Yeah, but it's not very aerodynamic at all.
Oh. Did you ever worry about aerodynamics here?
Not here.
Right.
No. I never finished a race with a 5-year-old car. What do you mean?
We're at 162 laps. And it's Dennis Setzer, Kenny Wallace, Johnny Benson, and Mike Skinner in 4th. Doug Hebron in 5th. Chad Little at 6th place unofficially. 7th, David Green, and 8th, Mike Wallace. 9th is Hermie Sadler. 10th is Elton Sawyer. Then Ricky CRAVEN, Larry Pearson, Randy LaJoy, Nathan Butke, and Bobby Donner.
Dennis Setzer is fixing to put a lap on Mike Wallace, and it hadn't been long ago. Mike Wallace was sitting in 2nd place, giving him a hard time for the lead.
Jason Keller's getting black flag for sheet metal. As you watch Setzer try to lap Wallace. Boy, he took...
Whoa, Dennis.
Mike carried him right up the racetrack there.
Yeah, he come out a little wide. He was protecting his line, as they say. But Dennis, he knows he's got a real good race car. He'll be a little patient, but he won't wait forever to make that move.
Setzer has a 6-second lead. Looked like Mike was protecting the state of North Carolina there.
Yeah.
All right, Jason Keller is pitting. Look at the right rear quarter panel.
That's when you hook that front end right under that right rear corner and slam the brake on. It'll pull the whole quarter panel off if you're not careful.
All right, looks like Setzer is going to overlap Mike Wallace. Well, lapped car, Robbie Reiser.
Oh, Mike Wallace got sideways there. Dennis Setzer gets right on by, but they hit pretty good coming out of the corner there, Mike.
You see, folks, just how close to the edge of control they run as Mike Wallace tried to get on the throttle to hang with the 59 of Setzer in the Alliance Tractor Trailer Training Chevy. Just couldn't quite do it there and goes a lap down. For fourth place, Doug Hevron has passed Mike Skinner, and the Food Country USA car is on the move.
I was just fixing to say that Hevron may be one of the quickest cars on the racetrack right now. He's cutting through this field like a hot butter through, hot knife through butter, guys. Easy enough.
We'll have a dish of hot butter to go with those crab legs, buddy, for you in just a moment here. 170 laps complete at Hickory. We'll be right back. .180 laps complete here at Hickory. A lot of hard-nosed racing going on. There you see Chad Little fighting with Jason Keller, and way up the track goes Nathan Butke. Gathers it back up, and we stay green. Carl Simmons, I think today, he's probably got a little arthritis reaching for that caution flag, because there's been several times it could have come out but didn't.
Mike, you see the nose on that car. That's one of the better looking cars in the whole field right now. Everybody's shoving and pushing just a little bit.
But he's got a flat right front tire. Now, I'm not saying Carl should have thrown the caution flag, but there were a number of times I think some folks might have expected it, and we've stayed green an awful lot today. 8 seconds now is Dennis Setzer's advantage. Buddy, this looks like the Busch North race I saw Friday night at Stafford, Connecticut. Tommy Rosati opened up an 8-second lead. It was a 150-lap race. He had a 141-lap motor, and Keith Lamell won it.
I'll tell you what, Mike, and we've learned through the past races that we've done together this year on TNN, you never know who's going to win a Busch Grand National race. One guy can look like he's going to dominate the field. Everybody makes a stop for tires, and somebody comes out totally different and wins.
That was a fun show. Kelly Moore and Mike Stefanik raced for second and third, kind of like Chad Little and Robert Presley did at South Boston. It was a neat show to watch and a tough break for Tom Rosati. You know, in 10 races up there, they've had 7, not just 8, 9 different winners in 10 races, but 7 first-time winners. The Busch North Series has really taken off. Catch a show if it comes near you, folks. Roy Payne's been in and out of the pits a good bit today, for a couple of times unscheduled. And Mike Skinner up at the front of that group. And here's Mike Wallace trying to hang on ahead of Hermie Sadler. Now, Kenny Wallace in the 8 car is coming up to lap that group. Now, Sadler and Mike Wallace, they are racing for position 1 lap down.
Yeah, Kenny's caught in a pretty bad situation there. He had to get through all these cars. They're running side by side, and quite frankly, there's no way to go around this racetrack 3 abreast. So he's got to wait for this battle in front of him to quit so he can get by. And meanwhile, Setzer is just checking out. I mean, he's really hooked up, and he's run here enough to know what to set the car for later on slick track.
Exactly. Yeah, he's won a lot of races here driving that orangey red number, I think poppy red they call it, Paramount Ford number 4.
Now you see Wallace going by Mike Wallace there, Kenny Wallace on the outside. Once that fight got over with, he moved right up. He's right on the back bumper. Well, you see the leader right there, Setzer coming out of the corner.
Dennis Setzer's running only, buddy, 1 second slower than what he qualified on tires that have just raced nearly 200 laps.
This guy's going to win a lot of races in Busch Grand National. He just wanted to get that person. You see Kenny Wallace just go by the start finishing line. That's the interval from first to second there. It's about 8.5, 9 seconds now.
Bobby Dotter's going to get lapped for a second time there in the DeWalt Tools Chevy.
I bet Mike Wallace is going. I'd give anything for 4 new tires right now because he is going right backwards.
Who would? There's Elton Sawyer going around, and Sawyer had to take a provisional. They found, and not until after last practice, a cracked distributor cap. The engine would run great for a while, then go sour. Each time they changed something, it'd run great for a while, then go sour. And after he qualified, they found a cracked distributor cap, so he had to take the provisional. Now works his way through the field. He's the 11th place car, 1 lap down. Bobby Dotter has come in for those tires. They can change as many tires as they want under green, but under caution, they're only allowed 1 tire per position for the duration of the race. And we haven't had many cautions.
You see Johnny Benson there. He's going down in the corner. And just behind him is Dennis Setzer fixing to put him a lap down. This is the last car in the lead lap, and he is running 5th place right now.
Boy, Setzer is on a tear. He is 4.5 seconds from lapping the field.
Boy, that old saying, when things go right, they go right. They're going right for Dennis Setzer right now. But, you know, one slip in a corner, and it's all turned around. To say nothing of the panic that these guys that are not quite a lap down yet, they're trying to get through traffic that's a little bit slower than they are. You see Benson there get a little sideways off the corner. He'd like to get on out of here.
Anders Setzer coming around. Randy LaJoie's car to put Randy. I believe this will make him 2 laps down. There goes Setzer.
You see Randy turning that wheel hard back to the right coming off the corner. That's a loose condition on that car. When he starts out, well, he didn't do it down the back straightaway, but if you're following through this corner, when he gets near the front straightaway here, he'll start turning back to the right, about right here. Well, perfect lap. Never fails.
Well, that's a good driver. One lap that car gets a little loose for you. Next lap you don't get on that throttle quite so soon. You don't break those tires loose if you can help it.
Thank you. Woo, Mike Wallace really sideways to move over for Setzer. He stood on the gas and almost went in the infield in.
Let's look at the lead that Setzer has here. I mean, here's Dennis going off into turn 3. Robbie Reiser makes a pit stop now.
Mike Wallace says, I'm giving up, folks. I'm going in there and get my tires. I don't care whether it's green or not. I'm coming in.
Yep. Wallace is in. This will be right side tires for Barry Owens' crew. That's Barry carrying the right front tire over into position. Fuel going in. Lug nuts tight. Down comes the jack. Mike Wallace gets back into this race with fresh right sides after a 14.7-second stop. And Tracy Leslie is being black flagged. My guess is, since the pit road speed is just 25 miles an hour, that he may have exceeded it when he made his stop.
Yeah, that won't make him a happy camper. He's already got the black flag one time before today, so he won't be real happy with all these decisions on the black flag.
Now, Mike Skinner's making a stop in the Kentucky Fried Chicken car. They're hosing down the radiator, and he is getting left side tires, buddy.
Well, you have to do what you think is right. Right now, they take on the left. Here's Hermie Sadler coming in. Hermie's gone a lap down also because his car kind of give up on the handling situation. He's taking on right sides. Everybody does what's best for their car. They kind of know, they say the left side not holding, the right side not holding. That's what you change.
205 laps complete, just 95 to go. 28 of 30 cars still running, and most of the field still pretty intact here at Hickory.
Welcome back to Hickory. The leader, Dennis Setzer, has just pulled in for a 4-tire change. His crew chief, Ricky Pearson, told me that they could go all the way, but there was no point. He had a big enough lead. They had time now to come in and change 4 tires. The right side are on. They're working on the left side now. This crew is really experienced. They do a really good job. Ricky Pearson himself changes the left front tire. He said that the lead was big enough that they weren't concerned. Now they've got a little trouble with the left front tire. The jack slipped down, so that cost him some extra time. I don't think it's going to hurt him. I think he's got enough race car to make it up. He's down and away. Mike?
28-second stop for 4 tires for Dennis Setzer. Kenny Wallace's crew taking on right side tires. Doug Hevron's in. Ricky Craven's in. Johnny Benson is back in. And it'll be only right sides for Kenny Wallace. There's Benson's team, as well as Craven. Ooh, they dropped the jack on Craven.
There, they have to jack the car back up to get the right front tire on it.
I think John Munson on the jack there, and I believe the jack just fell.
Yeah,
now Craven's away. Larry Pearson now getting right sides, and 1 turn of wedge in the right rear. Chad Little comes down pit road. Mike Skinner has the hood up. There's Chad Little, a Harris Teeter Bayer Select Ford. Again, right side tires. That is pretty brash, buddy, for Dennis Setzer to take on 4 tires when everybody else is getting just 2.
I was thinking the same thing. And right now, if they had a caution and the second place car could come in and take on left side, Wallace would really have an advantage because he would have fresher tires by some, you know, for 15, 20 laps from now. It'd really help him.
But see, so could Setzer because you can change all you want under green, and he still has 4 to put on under caution if he wants to.
If he wants to.
And
yeah, but I'm talking about caution flags. I don't think anybody wants to come back in under the green before this race is over.
Oh, no. 221 laps complete. Randy LaJoie completes a pit stop. Folks, it'll take you a little while, take us a little while to update you on scoring after all these stops. NASCAR does not use a computerized scoring system at these Busch races that don't accompany Winston Cup events. We can't tell you that once again Dennis Setzer is the leader. He and Kenny Wallace are on the lead lap as of the moment. And the scoreboard is carrying Wallace in front of Setzer and then Doug Hevron in third.
I would think that because he only took on 2 right sides, and he had a 28-second stop. So, you know, it only takes 14.5 seconds to get around this racetrack. So I'd say Kenny Wallace is definitely in the lead, and Setzer's in second at the moment.
One of the cars that has not stopped is Elton Sawyer. He would move up as one of the cars 1 lap down.
Well, now we're going to see what kind of advantage 4 tires is over just taking on right side tires. You see Kenny just moving over. I guess he's going to say, hey, I'm not going to hold you up, because if I had 4 fresh tires, I'd want you to do the same for me.
Well, Kenny's got the groove, but as you said, it's Setzer with the 4 stickers. And Dennis Setzer goes around. So now Setzer definitely is the leader of this race, with Wallace second and Hevron reported as third, half a lap back.
Mike, what Kenny can do now is stay as close to the 59 car as he can and hope for another caution where he can come in and get fresh left sides. And I think then he'll be able to run with Dennis Setzer.
Buddy, I believe just about everybody pitted in this round, though I don't recall seeing David Green in. He's the Busch Series point leader, perhaps opted for track position rather than tires.
Well, he had just gone a lap down just before they all pulled in on the green flag stop there. So, as we say, when we're scoring things, we have a little card here that says, sorry, major confusion in scoring right at the moment.
Well, I hope they'll get that sorted out for us while we're still on the air here. At 228 laps, Setzer is the leader, Wallace is second, and Doug Hevron is third. According to our unofficial rundown here in the booth, Johnny Benson is fourth, and Larry Pearson would be the 5th place car. Johnny Rumley makes a stop. Winner here last October. Pulls the White House juice car on pit road.
See Randy LaJoie there. Kenny Wallace is suffering a little bit for not taking on those 4 tires. You see the 20 car there of Randy LaJoie. He's passing him on the outside, and a while ago he couldn't do a thing with the 8 car of Wallace.
David Green reported he did pit at lap 215 and took on right side tires, so he was in there in and amongst the leaders during that round of green flag pit stops when everybody came to pit road. There are 68 laps to run here at Hickory, North Carolina in the Pantry 300. See Kenny Wallace working around Elton Sawyer. Elton's car just won't go through the corner. I don't believe he got tires, buddy.
No, and right now that's a very crucial thing because the racetrack is really slippery and you can get in the wall so quick here on old tires.
234 laps complete, 66 to go. Dennis Setzer leading Kenny Wallace, Doug Hevron, and Johnny Benson. Well, everybody has been on pit road during a caution flag for a spin by Mike Wallace at turn 4. Glenn?
Mike in David Green's pit right now. He's getting 4 tires and he barely makes it out. Johnny Benson Jr. did not make it. He lost the lap in the pit. It was pandemonium down here. Pandemonium down here. The 74 car, as I said, did lose a lap. Hermie Sadler's back in right now. He's going to get the left side tires. He came in the lap before and got right side. With a short racetrack like this, it's awfully, awfully tough to come in and change 4 tires without getting lapped even under caution. But a couple of them have done it. One of them did was Johnny Benson. He's paying the price.
Well, now, Dennis Setzer did not pit under this caution. As we mentioned, you can change all the tires you want under green, and they changed 4. He could come in and get his 4 tires under caution. But since hardly any cars have fallen out of this race, I don't believe there are any tires to be had to be changed. Of course, the way Setzer's running, he may not need tires. So at 239 laps, there are 61 to go as Robert Presley and Johnny Rumley make pit stops, and Mike Wallace comes in. We'll be right back. We're back live at Hickory, North Carolina. They have just waved the green, and surprise, Dennis Setzer runs away from the field.
Well, he hasn't run away yet. There's Kenny Wallace in second. He's moved right in behind him. Now, he has fresh left side tires. I'd say they're on an equal battleground right now, but as Glenn said a while ago, Setzer is so smooth. He hadn't had this car sideways one time all day.
Yeah, this is about as equal as they're going to get, buddy, I think. Kenny Wallace is the second-place car. Doug Hebron is third. And scoring has now placed Tim Fedowa in the fourth position. Although he is at least a lap down, Johnny Benson would be sixth. This is all unofficial, folks. Randy LaJoie, Mike McLaughlin, Elton Sawyer, Larry Pearson are among the top 10. There's Johnny Benson battling Fedowa. Now that, well, could be for position. But most everyone came in and got at least 2 tires under that caution flag.
Yeah, I think Benson lost the lap a while ago. He tried to get out before the pace car got back, but the paddle got him at the end of pit road.
So he's a lap down, but then so too is most of the rest of the field. And again, unofficially, from the information we have available to us, there are 2 and perhaps 3 cars on the lead lap. Setzer, Wallace, and perhaps Doug Hebron.
Mike, that's a nightmare right there. If you're trying to get points on the national level right now and you're in a group like this, you're sitting there going, oh, man, don't hit nobody, don't hit sideways.
Well, this looks just like the start of the race. Pinson and LaJoie, you're riding with Randy LaJoie.
Yeah, you see Benson gets a little bit better forward bite right off the corner there.
Benson is the best imitation of Superman you can find in this garage area, let alone Chad Little's curly black locks there. Benson puts on his glasses, sits at the garage meeting, looks just like Clark Kent, and then he climbs